Well, friends, I want to make a comment on the so-called Republican fiscal conservatism of nowadays, the current Republican. I just think it's so hypocritical. It's appalling, but in a way it's funny, because here are these people trying to say, no, we need a balanced budget. No, we need to be fiscally responsible. We need to take food away from poor children. That's code word for take food away from black people and Latino people and low-income white people. That's their code. And, they want to get rid of entitlements. They want to get rid and sabotage. They've been doing it. They borrowed $2.5 trillion, 2.6 or something like that from Social Security. Never paid it back. But and then they want to take the money away from take health insurance away from 25 million people. Destroy Obamacare. Even people whose lives, some of this right wingers, I know some of them. They're friends of mine, and I have one of them that I appreciate him a lot, But he just beat cancer, prostate cancer. He had 6 months to live, and diabetes. He had a clogged heart, and so when he went for the checkup, say, okay, we got to start. Chemo. They sent him to the heart doctor to make sure the heart okay. Well, his heart's completely clogged, so he had to get a surgery, and then take care of his cancer. He would be dead if he wasn't for Obamacare. I have loved ones who have gotten cure of viruses that required very expensive Hep C treatment, and they support Donald Trump, the guy who's going to take their health care away, the health care that saved their lives. They support the guy who's torpedoing it, meaning they support the torpedoing of the measures that saved their lives. And then they're all Christian and they're church people and stuff, and but they don't give a shit about the other people. So the hypocrisy is just mind-boggling when it comes to this people supporting this. So it's they're fiscally conservative, and they want to save money as long as the money is saved on the poor and brown and black people. But if Donald Trump wants to go out and spend lavishly on his resorts, Mar-a-Lago, and tap out the budget for the Secret Service, which they already have, because they're flying around doing all these private deals and advertising their merchandise on public speeches and office. His daughter, wearing, using taxpayer-funded money for his cabinet to fly around so they can see the eclipse, and that they can go to a honeymoon in Europe on the taxpayer's dime. Have tremendously expensive, outrageously expensive soirees in his Mar-a-Lago and his Trump Tower and the rest of his buddies. There's no problem with that. Matter of fact, they don't even have a problem taking this new company that they have down there in Puerto Rico, which is a company that is sponsored by Ryan Zink, the Interior Secretary appointed by Trump, which was a rabid right-wing extremist, and that says the most outrageous things. If you just look him up, Ryan Zink, he's outrageous, crazy, this person. And then they're out there charging Puerto Ricans, and not just Puerto Ricans, the taxpayers in Puerto Rico and here, $6,800 per day for one employee. That's what they're charging. Versus they could get that, for they could get the same. We could hire 14 employees. with what the government is paying one of Trump buddy's associate companies in from Montana. They're called Whitefish. It's a big racket. There was a no bid contract. It was under the table, super late, whatever. They don't care. So when it comes to that, they don't care. When it comes to that. Now, as soon as it affects minorities and it affects the poor, and which is not a minority, the vast majority of this country lives paycheck to paycheck, thanks to the fiscally conservative and very destructive, Reaganomics that completely tore away, destroyed the mental health services in this country. And screw those over with the trickle-down economics, trying to convince people that somehow the very rich were just going to, give us some crumbs of the money that was being transferred to them by the president, Ronald Reagan and his cronies in Congress. And I just please spare me the hypocrisy, spare me. When it comes to fiscal conservatism, the current Republican and the last probably 30, 40 years of policy coming from the Republican Party have been nothing but one gigantic pile of hypocrisy. I'm just calling them out for what they are.